What up, world? It's your boy Mike B, and I'm back with another episode of This Is Real Rap. Got a little story before I get started, right? So I'm getting ready to shoot this episode of Real Rap, get my beard together, and you know whatnot. My 8-year-old comes down and say, "Daddy, ain't you gonna dye your mustache?" I said, "What?" She said, ain't you gonna dye your mustache? You got some gray in it. I said, I dyed my mustache. She said, because I saw a box upstairs in the bathroom that say, "Just for men, beard and mustache dye." I could have died, man, but that made my day, man. You gotta love your kids, man. But let's move on to this episode. This episode right here is called The Path. And I'm gonna give you some perspective. We know that a road will fit a whole car. We know that a street will fit two cars going in both directions. And of course, we know that a freeway will fit many vehicles going in all kinds of directions. But all of those started as a simple path. Right? A simple path, and at the beginning of any path was a visionary. Somebody that says, I want to blaze a new trail that eventually will turn into a street, into a road, and then a street, and then ultimately into a highway, right? But oftentimes, the person who's the visionary is misunderstood, and people say, well, why do you feel like you need to make a new path when you can just hop on this road, transfer over to this street, and end up on this freeway and still get there? That's because it's something deep inside of them saying, I don't want to go that way. I want to blaze my own trail. I want to start my own path. And so they go to where two bushes meet and they pull those bushes back and they look in. And there it is. Jagged rocks, thorns, sticker bushes, grass this high, everything that you don't want. But they say, this is the way for me. And so they strike out into that path, right? And they keep grinding and walking until finally they push that ground down until it's dirt. And their path is getting wider and wider. And meanwhile, people not understanding, why are you working so hard to do this? And the answer is simple, and it's twofold. The first thing is, I got a goal that I want to reach. The visionary always has a goal that he wants to reach. But secondly, he wants to make it easier, more efficient, for the people who come after him. That's what people don't understand. A lot of times when people go their own way, they have an idea of, I don't want to go the way of everybody else. I want to go this way. But when I do this, everybody after me can follow me. I don't want it all to myself. Long time ago, somebody said, I'm tired of driving through the mud, so I'm going to lay this thing called concrete so I can drive my car from A to B. Matter of fact, you can drive your car from A to B too. Sometime in the 50s, 60s, a guy said, you know what? I'm tired of getting beat down. I'm tired of getting oppressed. So I'm going to blaze a path, and that path is going to turn into a trail, and then a road, then a street, and then finally a freeway system so millions of people can come in. His name was Martin Luther King. Do you think for 1 minute that he just wanted to fix civil rights or make civil rights better just for himself? I'm sure he wanted the best for he and his family, but he knew that if he made this path correctly, people would follow him. And it would be easy for them, easier for them. Oftentimes, the visionary who chooses to blaze a new path is often misunderstood. Because oftentimes when you on a path, you can't walk side by side with people. You got to get in a line. And the visionary usually takes the front of the line. And sometimes the people behind the visionary don't see what he sees. They don't see what he or she sees. And they sometimes don't understand. And they might say, well, he's trying to get there first, or she's trying to get there first. No, he or she is just trying to get there. What you got to do is understand that anybody who's listening, if you have a path, right, and you have an idea of what's at the end of that path, you got to stick to it. Don't let anybody deter you. Don't let anybody say, let's take the road and let's take the streets. You got to stick to what your heart told you to do. No, I'm going to blaze my own path, right? And then once people see value in what you laid down, they'll come by the millions of filtering onto your path, because now your path is a freeway. Started as a path, turned into a road and a street, now a freeway, right? Visionaries see things that the average person don't see. A visionary's gonna climb over the mountain. They're gonna swim through the swamp. They're gonna do whatever to keep this path going, because the mission says, I must get to where it is I need to get to, and I don't want to get there how the last person got there. Not saying the last person's way wasn't a great way, but they have a different vision, a different perspective of what's going on. right? We know that when you're walking on your path, man, it's gonna be dangerous, right? Thunderstorms, might be wild animals, might be people with bows and arrows. And what I mean by that is a lot of danger. It's a lot of unknown things that come when you blazing your own path. But if you're a real visionary and you believe in what you're doing, you got no problem with any of that. Any of that. So my message is simple. Anybody out here who believes that they want to blaze their own path, hop to it. With 2 bushes meet, just open it up. Take a look. Decide, is this really what you want to do? Start walking. Don't look back. It's nothing back there. It's nothing back there. Follow your path. It's your boy Mike B, and this is Real Rap.